I am just being completely honest with you guys about what keeps me up at night. I just want to be real and vulnerable with you guys about like the thoughts and the worries that run through my mind as a spiritual entrepreneur, as a wife, as a mother. Those things regulate my nervous system. And when I'm not doing them consistently, I find I get in my head about it. If I don't see it scheduled, I kind of get in my head about it. It's such a like catch 22. And I know you get this if you're a mom. I just want to be present. I feel I've been lacking in this department. It's one of those things that it's so easy to put it on the back burner. I'm in a place where I just truly do have soul-aligned friendships, but I need to make sure I'm intentionally pouring into that.
Welcome to Next Level You podcast. I'm Stefanie Dingbaum, your host, your biggest cheerleader, and your go-to girlfriend for real, raw, and uplifting conversations about leveling up in life. As a mental health therapist with over a decade of experience and a business coach helping women elevate their lives and businesses, I'm here to guide you through the mindset shifts, holistic practices, and manifestation tools you need to step into your most authentic, next level self. Whether you're here to ignite your personal growth, elevate your professional game, or simply rediscover you, this podcast is your invitation to dream bigger, go after your goals, and unapologetically claim the life you deserve. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. It's time to up-level, manifest, and glow.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Next Level You podcast. Today's micro episode. I am just being completely honest with you guys about what keeps me up at night. This was a download that came to me about a month ago, and it's like so many things come to my mind right before I go to bed. I do keep a notebook on my nightstand, but I don't always put things in there. Sometimes instead I'll just put it into my notes app on my phone. But I have things that both impact me as a mom and as a business owner that just I find keep me up at night. I have no problem sleeping, don't get me wrong. This is more of like a phrase than anything. I fall asleep rather quickly now, thanks to my hormones being regulated. If Augie wakes up in the middle of the night, these are things that are running in my mind more often than not. I'm just going to dive right in because this is a micro episode and I don't want to spend too long on it. But I just want to be real and vulnerable with you guys about like the thoughts and the worries that run through my mind as both a spiritual entrepreneur, as a wife, as a mother. I just want to offer you guys permission to have these thoughts yourself without guilt or shame. You know, people think that spiritual entrepreneurs have it all figured out. I've had people even like project that onto me. I don't. Okay, maybe I portray that, but I definitely don't. We're just floating through life in flow and ease. But the truth is, I have nights where my mind just will not shut off. And I want to share what those things are that are going through my head at those times because I think you can probably relate. All right. So this is me being real and raw and ultimately giving you permission because you're human too. And we all are. So let's just show up and see each other as we truly are, the authentic raw selves. Okay. Number one thing that I feel keeps me up at night, my nervous system. This shows up in so many different ways in my life. But what ultimately the thought is that keeps me up is like realizing I potentially don't have my nervous system regulated or not having a tool or service on my calendar for the month that helps to regulate my nervous system. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't done Reiki in a while, or I haven't done a massage in a while, or I haven't meditated in a while, or I haven't done tapping in a while, or whatever it might be. And those things regulate my nervous system. And when I'm not doing them consistently, I find I get in my head about it. Or like I've not been consistent about red light therapy or meditation lately. And that's really been bothering me lately. I haven't done acupuncture in quite a few years and I really miss it. And that's been good for my nervous system. So like whatever the tool or resource is for you, if I don't see it scheduled, I kind of get in my head about it. And this matters because my business is impacted by the state of my nervous system. So is my family. So my life in general is impacted if my nervous system is not regulated. And I function better in every area of my life, in every relationship in my life when my nervous system is regulated. And if I'm dysregulated, I feel everything suffers. So the lesson here is nervous system care is not a luxury. It's a necessity. And I feel I have to actively prioritize it or it just doesn't happen. So I'm really trying to be better about that. I'm trying to get back into a regular practice of red light therapy before bed, of daily, whether it be in the morning or at night, daily meditation. I'm really trying to these need to be non-negotiables for me. Okay. The next thing that keeps me up at night, making sure that my son is having fun and enriching experiences. I find that I get in my head about this so much, you guys. Specifically, like, is there something on the calendar that is fun for him? Am I scheduling enough fun things for him? Am I scheduling play dates for him, activities, adventures? If I'm not, I find I really get in my head about this. Am I being present with him in the moment? Or am I mentally in my business even when we're together? That's a hard one for me. I feel like I'm asking myself that literally daily lately. I really try to put my phone aside, but I also want to be taking pictures because I also feel like he's growing right before me and I don't want to miss any of it. It's such a like catch-22. And I know you get this if you're a mom. Why this matters to me is because I just really don't want him to look back and remember a mom who was always busy or on her phone. I want him to remember a mom who was there, mentally and emotionally there. I don't want him to look back and think I always had a screen in front of my face. It's so hard though, you guys. It is. Let's just be honest with ourselves. It's hard. So the intention here is I want to intentionally not be thinking about the business when I'm with him all the time. I want to intentionally not be planning all the time, not be strategizing all the time. I just want to be there with him. I just want to be present. That's really important to me. Another thing, third thing that I find keeps me up at night or is constantly in my head at night is, am I pouring into my marriage enough? This has been a big one lately because I feel I've been lacking in this department and I know my husband sees it. We haven't actually had the conversation about it, truth be told, but I know he sees it. I want to make sure I'm intentionally pouring into my marriage. And it's one of those things that it's so easy to put it on the back burner now that we're parents because we put our relationship with Augie on the front burner. And it's so easy for my relationship with my husband to go on the back burner when I'm also in entrepreneur mode. And truth be told, my husband is also an entrepreneur. He also started a business a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago now. It was during maternity leave. But anyways, it can be so easy for us both to go into those entrepreneur modes. More often than not, if you walk into our house on a typical evening, you will see me on one end of the kitchen table, him on the other end of the kitchen table. We're both working on our businesses after Augie goes to bed. We're not pouring into each other. We're pouring into our businesses. It can also be really easy to pour into mom mode, pour into healing mode, but not pour into my marriage. But the thing is, my marriage is the foundation. That's what was there before any of the rest of this was there. That's what was there before Augie was there, before my business was there. That's the foundation. And if it's not solid, everything else is going to crumble. We need it to be solid for Augie, for our businesses. So we need to get back into regular date nights. We need to be doing regular check-ins. We need to be having intentional conversations. We need to be more intentional about physical touch. We need to make sure we're making each other feel seen and valued, not just like the person who handles things while I'm building or while he's building. So I recognize this, but this has been something that's been coming into my head a lot lately. So the reminder to myself is my business will be here in 10 years, but my marriage needs the attention now. That's so important. That's key. Can we talk about something real for a second? How many of you are doing everything right? Eating clean, working out, drinking your water, taking your supplements, and yet you still feel off. Like, you look in the mirror and your skin looks dull, you feel bloated for no reason, your energy doesn't match the effort you're putting in, and you're standing in front of a bathroom counter covered in serums and supplements thinking, why is this so complicated and why isn't any of this actually working? Yeah, I've been there too. And that's exactly why I'm so excited to tell you all about Glossy. Glossy was created by my business coach, Lori Harder, who is an absolute powerhouse and one of my biggest expanders. And here's what I love about her story. Lori and her team were living the healthy lifestyle. They were doing all the things, but they still felt bloated, drained, and frustrated that their skin and energy didn't reflect the work that they were putting in. So they asked themselves, why are we overcomplicating this? And from that question, Glossy was born. A beauty meets wellness formula that supports your skin, gut, and hydration from the inside out. It's not another serum. It's not another drawer full of pills. It's one simple ritual that actually makes a difference. Here's what sets Glossy apart. It's science-backed, it's clean, and it works on multiple levels. You're not just addressing surface level stuff. You're supporting your gut health, your skin's glow, your body's hydration. It's holistic wellness in the truest sense. And honestly, I can feel the difference. My skin looks clearer, my energy feels lighter, and I'm not dealing with that annoying bloat that used to follow me around no matter what I ate. It's one of those things where you didn't realize how off you were feeling until you start feeling right. Because here's the truth, great skin and a lighter, more energized body shouldn't be complicated. It should make your life better, not add to your overwhelm. If you are someone who's been doing all the right things but still not seeing or feeling the results you want, if you're tired of the endless routines and the products that overpromise and underdeliver, Glossy is what you've been looking for. It's simple, it's effective, and it actually works. Head to getglossy.com, that's getglossy.com, and use code NEXTLEVEL for 10% off your first order. Again, getglossy.com and use code NEXTLEVELU for 10% off your first order. Trust me, this is the one thing you're going to want to add to your routine. And honestly, it might be the only thing you need. Another thing that comes up that tends to keep me up at night is, am I showing up enough in my friendships? I have had some wake-up calls in this in the last year. Am I pouring into them enough? Especially if they're pouring into me, am I reciprocating that? I feel right now I'm in a place where I just truly do have soul-aligned friendships, but I need to make sure I'm intentionally pouring into them. I need to have that honest conversation with myself a lot. The friends who show up for me, who check in with me regularly, who celebrate my wins with me, who hold space for me, I need to make sure I'm doing the same for them. I don't want to be the friend who only takes but never gives back. So that's really important to me. So what that looks like for me is regular texting or calling or showing up or making time and just in general, sharing my gratitude with them and letting them know that they matter to me. As an entrepreneur, you can sometimes feel like you're isolated, especially if you have friends that aren't entrepreneurs. But I have a good mix of both, I feel. But I need to be pouring into the friendships that ground me and are sacred to me. And I need to make sure I'm protecting those. Okay, the fifth thing that keeps me up at night is being okay with not getting everything done. Oh, this is so hard for me. I'm not great at it. The to-do list that never ends, that's what keeps me up at night. There is always something I can be doing before bed. More often than not, I go to bed and I just tell myself, it's fine, Stefanie. You're only one person. You're a solopreneur. There's always emails I could be checking and responding to. There's always a post I could be scheduling. There's always a strategy, a launch. There's something I could be pouring into you guys. And sometimes I literally lie awake thinking, did I do enough today? Am I doing enough? Am I falling behind? The answer is yes. Usually yes to the falling behind. Usually yes. So the practice that I'm trying to implement is just giving myself permission to not get it all done and being okay with that. And that's hard for me. I'm just trying to trust that what got done was enough for the day. But again, that's really hard for me. And I'm also just trying to remember that rest is a productive tool too. Okay. That spaciousness is a strategy, that I don't have to hustle myself into the ground to be successful. In fact, that's not how I will be successful in life. And the affirmation that I keep coming back to with this is I am enough. What I did today was enough. And tomorrow is a new day. Yeah, that's big for me. The last thing that keeps me up at night more often than not is maintaining my health and wellness routine. Ultimately, it's just making sure my health and wellness continues to be a top priority for me. As a health and wellness junkie, as a health and wellness practitioner, I find it like I want to be modeling this for my clients. So I want it to be a top priority for me, whether that be movement, nutrition, sleep, supplements, self-care, whatever it is. I've really been lagging in the movement department this year. The others I feel I've been great about. Well, my routine could improve, but I've been great about nutrition for the most part. It comes and goes. Sleep, I've been great about. Supplements comes and goes. Self-care comes and goes. So I don't know if I've been great about all of it, but if I'm being honest with myself, it's so easy though to let these things slip when life gets busy. And life is always busy as an entrepreneur. Like it never is not busy. But I also know that when my health suffers, everything else is going to suffer too, including my business. So I have to make this a priority. So my commitment is getting back to a healthy morning routine, getting back to a healthy evening routine, making sure I'm doing my daily walks, my daily red light therapy, my intentional eating. Lunch is often a meal I skip. I have to stop doing that. I have to make sure I'm consistently eating lunch. These are negotiables, okay? They are the foundation of everything that I do. I am a better version of myself when I make time for these things. So the reminder is I cannot pour from an empty cup. My health is my wealth. Probably a reminder that you need to hear too, right? Okay. These are all the things that keep me up at night, you guys. And I just wanted to be real and raw with you because I felt like you guys can probably relate to this, right? So here's my reminder for you. These are the things that keep me up at night, not because I'm failing, but because I care. And we're all just human, right? We're all just trying our best, right? None of us are superhumans. We're not God. We're not source. We're just doing our best. So if you have your own version of these thoughts, you're not alone. Just know that you're not alone. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you're aware. It means you're awake. It means you're trying, you're doing your best. And I hear you and I see you and I'm right there with you. So here's my challenge for you. What keeps you up at night? And what is one thing you can do this week to address it? Even if it's something small, you guys. What is the commitment? My commitment is I'm going to try to get back to my evening routine and solidify that moving forward. Make your own commitment. Do this for yourself and the future version of you. She will ultimately thank you for prioritizing this. Okay, you guys, that's it for today's micro episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this was helpful, please share it with a friend or share it in your stories and tag me. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't rated and reviewed the podcast, please do so. And if you want additional information on this, I do a deep dive into my weekly newsletter. Feel free to subscribe to that if you aren't already. All right, guys, have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you guys all next week.
Real quick before you go, I just want to thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. And congratulations on showing up for you. Every step you take to invest in yourself brings you that much closer to your next level self, and I'm so proud of you. If you loved this episode, share it with someone who could use a little inspiration, or take a screenshot and tag me on social so we can keep spreading the next level you energy. Thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Let's freaking go!